Hello students and namaste everyone. I'm Dhaval sir and our today's topic is from your standard 10th literature part, unit 10 chapter, the sermon at Banaras. So the writer of this chapter, or actually I must say that this chapter is taken from a book called Values and Voices, a college reader by Betty Renshaw, Betty, Betty Renshaw, Renshaw. Okay, so first of all, we'll try to understand the meaning of the word sermon, right? So, sermon means what, right? So, it is a speech, or we must say address, okay, given to the people, right? So, here we are talking about the sermon at Banaras, the speech, that is the first speech which was given by Gautam Buddha at Banaras, that is at Sarnath in Bodh Gaya, okay? So, in this lecture, I'll first of all give you introduction about this chapter. Then we'll have the brief summary of this chapter, and in the second part, that means in the later part of the means in the other lecture, that is in the second lecture, I will start with the explanation. Okay. So in this chapter, we'll only have the introduction of the chapter as well as the brief summary of this chapter. So let's start with the introduction. Okay, so the sermon at Banaras throws light upon the early life of Lord Buddha, okay, who was originally born as a prince in the royal family, and on being exposed to the he was born and brought up in such a way that he had never seen any kind of sufferings in his life, right? So, on being exposed to the sufferings of the world, which he was shielded, or which uh, he was not seen, means he had not seen at all. That means shielded here means he was protected or kept safe from the sufferings of the world. Okay, that means he was never made to see or observe any kind of sufferings which is prevalent in the world. So, right, so on being exposed to men means when he first saw the sufferings of the world, which he had never seen earlier. He left his princehood. Okay, he was a prince, so he left his princehood, and uh, he went in search of a salvation. Now salvation means what, right? Salvation means, if we say the Gujarati word for salvation is mukti, right? And if we'll say in English, then salvation generally refers to uh, the deliverance of the soul from sin and its consequences. Sin means guna. Okay, so by doing meditation and good deeds, the person gets mukti. Okay, so that is salvation. So he went in search of salvation, and thus he left all the worldly pleasures behind. Okay, and upon attaining spiritual awakening, right, spiritual knowledge, he gave his first sermon in the city of Banaras, and hereby making a lady named Kisa Gautami realize. So, after giving a sermon, there is one incident mentioned in this chapter regarding a lady named Kisa Gautami. Okay, and she was very upset because of the death of his son. So, one person uh, told him to go to Gautam Buddha for her problem, and at that time, Gautam Buddha made her realize that men are mortal. Mortal means who is not permanent, right? Mortal means they cannot live forever and must die. Okay, so Gautam Buddha made that lady realize that every man is mortal, and a wise person should not. Wise person means samajdar. A wise person should not grieve. Grieve. Grieve means not to feel sad, or not to cause unhappiness. Okay, so a wise person should not grieve at what is bound to happen, for it only enhances pain and sufferings. Okay, so to that lady, what Gautam Buddha made realize this, that if a person is wise enough, then that person will never grieve in his life. Okay, so that is the introduction of this chapter. Now I'll try to explain you the chapter in brief, okay, in the form of summary of this chapter. Okay, so as I said that this chapter is about Gautam Buddha, okay, who was born to a North Indian royal family as a prince, okay, and he was named as Siddhartha Gautam, okay, he was named as Siddhartha, and when he was 12 years old, he was sent to a far off place to study Hindu sacred scriptures, right? So it was the culture at that time. The prince uh, were used, prince means the son of the king, okay, or the sons, they had to leave the palace and they had to go to take knowledge or to study. Okay, so in the same way he was sent to a far away place to study Hindu scriptures, and upon returning 4 years later, after completing his studies, okay, 4 years later, he got married to a princess. Okay, then soon they both had a son, and they continued to live the royal life, okay, for about 10 years. And the royals were, that means this family, that is Siddharth and his family, they were shielded, as I told you the meaning. That means they were not made, means they were protected, or they were not allowed to observe any kind of the pain or the sufferings in the society. Okay, so they were shielded from all the unpleasant experiences of the world, until one day, when Siddharth, he was on his way to hunt. Usually the king, in olden days, they used to go for hunting as a, in the form of a pleasure. Okay, so the prince met a sick man, then he met an aged man, then he saw a funeral procession. Funeral means, a funeral procession means after the person's death, we have seen the people, they carry the person, that is funeral procession. And he also saw the monk means the Buddhist uh, people who have sacrificed their life for the religious purpose, right? So he saw a monk begging for uh, alms, that is ALMS. Alms means things like food, cloth, then money, okay, and which is given to the poor people. So this Buddhist monks, they were uh, begging, okay, and he saw all these things. So this experience acted as an eye opener for him, and he thus left all the royalty behind to seek a high sense of spiritual knowledge, right? So he left all the things and he decided to seek spiritual knowledge. Okay, so on attaining salvation, right, upon attaining salvation, he became preaching. So he went in search of spiritual knowledge, and when he attained knowledge, okay, and on attaining knowledge, he started preaching means to give talk on religious subjects, right? So he started preaching the people, okay, and he gave his first sermon in the city of Banaras. Okay, so we have heard about this incident. And at that time, there was a lady, as I told, her name was Kisa Gautami, whose son had died. Okay, and she was suffering with unending pain, right, because she had lost her son, right? So she went from house to house, looking for medicine to bring back her son to life. Okay, so she kept on moving from one house to the other house, and the people over there, they started thinking that the lady has lost her senses. That means she has become mad, right, behind her son. And one day she met a man who directed her towards Lord Buddha. A person told him that for your problem you must visit Gautam Buddha, okay, who could possibly have a solution for your problem. So she went to Gautam Buddha, and she discussed or told her problem to Gautam Buddha. And Gautam Buddha asked her to look for mustard seeds. That means he told him, "You get me some a handful of mustard seeds, and the seeds must be procured. That means you have to collect those mustard seeds from a house that had seen no death of any relatives or anyone. Okay, understood? What Gautam Buddha said to that old lady, to that lady, that you must get me seeds, a handful seeds, okay, of mustard from that house where no one has died. Okay, so uh, again, when she heard this thing from Gautam Buddha, she again got energy, okay, and she was reinstated, and she was reinstated with a hope that again she will get back her son. So Kisa Gautami once again went on a search, okay, from house to house, but to her surprise, okay, she could not find mustard seeds from a house that would fulfill Buddha's condition. Right, the condition what Gautam Buddha had said was that you must bring the seeds from that house where no death has taken place. Okay, so she was very much sad because she could not get seeds from any of the house. That means in each and every house there were people or family members who had already died. Okay, so she was disheartened, and she sat at the edge of the road, and she thus realized how selfish she had been. Okay, slowly and gradually she started realizing that she had how selfish she had been, and she became conscious, she became aware, right, to the fact that men are mortal. Okay, she became totally aware that men are mortal. That means the people on the earth who comes to the earth are not permanent. Okay, they must die. That means one day or the other they are for sure going to die, and no one could escape life cycle on the earth. Okay, that is the cycle of life on the earth. That means a person who is born on the earth, he will grow and he will become old, and again he have to die. Okay, so that is the cycle of the life, and this way exactly uh, she understood what Buddha wanted her to understand about the life. Okay, so uh, according to Lord Buddha, uh, he said that the feelings of grief and sorrow only increases the man's pain and suffering. Right? What Gautam Buddha said, that the feeling of grief and sorrow only increased the man's pain and suffering, and thus deteriorating his health. That means a person will become unhealthy, he will become ill. So therefore he always suggested that a wise person who is fully aware about nature's functioning, that means a person who is very wise enough, who understands each and everything, okay, must not grieve at something. That means he must never become sad at anything. Okay, and he says that the things which are bound to happen will always happen, and we cannot stop that. Okay, and then only means if you understand that the things which are bound to happen will for sure happen, and will not grieve, that means will not become sad on the happening of such events, then and then only we can remain happy and blessed in our life. Okay, so that is what the story is all about. Okay, and here I end my explanation of this chapter. So the detailed explanation, that is the line by line explanation of this chapter, I'll continue in the next lecture, that is lecture number 2. So till then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I thank you everyone for watching my video.